Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In my last video of Spiritual Laws of Universe, I discussed the law of giving and receiving. Today, in this video, I am going to further deep dive into the law of receiving. So, let's begin. To receive, in layman's term, means to accept. And before we really accept in our physical world, it is very, very important that we accept things in our inner world, in our mental world. The law of receiving will only work if you have first accepted internally on what desires you want, and that is when they will physically present to you in your outer world. Say for example, if somebody came and told you that take this $1 million as a gift, how would you react? How would you think? Would you think, wow, thank you so much for this gift? Or would you start thinking that, do I deserve this? Or can I take this gift? Or how would you start basically reacting to this whole gift? Shows about what you think internally. If your thoughts are that how can I take this gift, or I don't deserve this, means that there is some block inside you which needs to be cleaned. This block must have got developed over a period of time through an unknowing process, but you got to be aware of it. And if you're aware of it, you need to remove it. How can you remove it? There are multiple ways of removing your blocks. The one that I use and I highly recommend is the ancient Hawaiian technique of Ho'oponopono. To know more about this technique, click on the link above in this video to know how this technique and this prayer works. But this prayer will help you to remove old beliefs. And then you use positive thinking and positive thoughts to plant new beliefs into your subconscious mind. In case if you want to attract more money or wealth into your life, you can use the following statement to train your subconscious mind. All the wealth that universe has for me is flowing to me now. Let me give you one more tip to help you build a positive thought process. You, every day in the morning, as soon as you wake up, say the following sentence 10 times. Nothing is impossible for me. Nothing is too good to be true for me. So another point that we really don't know that we are doing to ourselves, or which is detrimental for us not being open to the law of receiving, is the self-talk. We sometimes, without knowing, keep on affirming to ourselves like, I need to work really hard to make money, or success doesn't come to me easily, money doesn't grow on trees, I'm perfectionist and I need to work in a particular way, or astrologer told me that this year is not going to be so good for me. These are the statements which you are talking to your own self, and these statements do not help you in being open to receiving. Most of the time, we are not aware about these self-talks. We end up talking on what we don't want rather than what we want. And that's how energy works. That is, where the attention goes, energy flows. This is the whole functioning of energy. So instead of paying attention to what you don't want, you should start paying attention to what you want. Let me give you an example. Say, I have heard a lot of people saying that I do not want loans in my life. I do not want debt in my life. I do not want to borrow money. You understand? What are you focusing on? You're focusing on loans, debts, borrowing monies. And where you focus, energy flows. I would rather suggest you start focusing on I want financial abundance. Money keeps flowing to me whenever I want. Whatever I want, I have money to buy that. If this is what you keep on telling yourself, your focus is on money flowing into you, which means it's a positive tonality. You are focusing on the positive aspect of receiving. Lastly, what I would want to share with you is that the law of receiving and giving does not function independently. It goes hand in hand, and it is very important to understand the implementation of this law. So for example, say you are a service provider or you are a product manufacturer and you decide to give a product or a service for free, right? You are doing your bit of giving the product. The opposite person is doing the bit of receiving the product. But the law of giving and receiving is not getting complete. When you give, you have to receive something back, and that's the whole process of energy. The energy has to circulate. So when you're just giving and not receiving anything against that giving, the law remains incomplete. The energy transfer remains one way. It's not flowing. And that is why you cannot make the law to the best of your use. What I would suggest to everybody who is giving a product or service for free, then I would request you to ask for something in back, as whether it can be in terms of tangible or intangible. Say in terms of tangible, you can ask that person to make some donation, or maybe you can ask for some references, right? Intangible can be that person can give you a note, appreciation note, or maybe give you a review that will complete the whole process of law of giving and receiving. Also, for people who are receiving a product or service for free, you are doing your bit of receiving, but you're not doing your bit of giving, and that is where the energy flow is stopped and you're only partially applying the law, which means you have to do your bit of giving something back to that person so that you are completing the law, and the law, once completed, brings abundance to you and the person who's offered some product or service to you. So that was my take on the law of receiving and giving, and particularly law of receiving. If you guys are really interested and want to know more about this law, I would recommend this book by Catherine Ponder called Open Your Mind to Receiving. I'm really grateful to you guys for watching this video till the end. Thank you. Take care. God bless.